Welcome to the LoveSeat Podcast. Ladies, it's time to talk about love, life, and everything in between. Get ready for transparency, inspiring stories, expert advice, and exclusive interviews. This is the LoveSeat Podcast.
Ladies, I love that. She is like, ladies, yes. Welcome to the LoveSeat Podcast. It's your girl, Corinda Dion, and I am so grateful and excited to be your host and to have my wonderful co-host joining us tonight for a phenomenal show. It's going to be great. Don't get too antsy. I know, you probably were wondering, well, what happened last week? We had to switch some dates. We live in this thing called life. So we had to switch some dates, but we are here. We are showing love and we are ready to have a great show on tonight. So I definitely want to take a moment to introduce my wonderful co-host on the LoveSeat Podcast, Sherry Monet. Much love to you tonight. Yes. Also, definitely want to give love to Andrea Hayes. Hey, much love. And Rose Sacante. Hey, Rose, giving love tonight. And we also going to give and show some much love to Coach Pam. Coach Pam is our other. Look at this. Coach Pam, don't laugh. I know. I'm gonna get it together. Coach Pam is our other co-host on the LoveSeat Podcast, and she gives awesome advice pertaining to health and wellness. But she is traveling, and so we are wishing her safe travels as she comes back to Texas from a probably another vacation. Coach Pam stays on the go. I need to be like when I grow up. So so definitely sending love to Coach Pam. I hope she's able to tune in tonight and check us out, because we definitely are sending love her way. But ladies, we have a great show for you tonight, and I'm so glad that you have decided to join the LoveSeat Podcast. Because this is where we love ourselves fully, freely, and unconditionally. Okay. So it's all about love. And so with that being said, Andrea, how are you loving yourself on today? Tell our listeners how you're loving yourself tonight.
Well, I'm on a family vacation. It has been a minute. It's been a year. So I am in the Midwest in Kansas to go see family and friends.
Wow.
Also, yesterday I was at Mississippi. So I've been traveling Mississippi, and me and my husband gave a speech, and 4 young people gave their life to God. So
okay. That's much love. Yes. That is awesome. Okay, because you glowing tonight. I can do something different tonight. So okay. Y'all on mission trips and traveling and vacationing and all kind of good stuff. I love it. Yes. So I'm glad that you're loving yourself one tonight and loving yourself daily. And, ladies, we definitely have to do that self-care and taking that time to have those moments and those times to just do us and do things that we love and do things that we enjoy. And guess what? And not feel bad about it. Not feel bad that you're taking that time for yourself and you're taking that time for, with your husband or with, a girlfriend or, whomever, but that's good stuff. So thank you, Andrea, for reminding us how important it is to take those vacation days.
Yes.
We got to do that. We got to do that. And it's been difficult with COVID. Like you said, it's been like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So now, just having that comfort level to get back, to travel. So yeah, so I'm glad about that. That's good stuff. So when do you come back to Charlotte?
Around Friday, I think. Around Friday. We're playing everything by ear, which I love.
Oh, I love that. That's spontaneous kind of. Oh, girl, that's good. You're gonna come back with a you might come back with a surprise. Or that
No. You glowing, girl. You glowing.
All that spontaneity. I'm just saying. I know y'all gonna get me later. Y'all know. Y'all never know. Y'all never know with me.
Right.
One of the things that I wanted to say before we get into the show, I wanted to thank everyone for all of your wonderful birthday wishes. Listen, I am crazy about my birthday, and you should always be crazy about your birthday. And so I am a Gemini, and as far as I'm concerned, we rule, it just is what it is. So, but anyway, thank you everyone who just sent birthday wishes and sent just love my way. Thank you. I so received that. I turned 42 and loving every minute of it. But we've got some co-hosts that will be celebrating birthdays in July. And not only birthdays, but we have two co-hosts turning 50. Yes. So Charlene, Rose LeConte, y'all ready for this?
I am ready. Super excited.
You earned it.
I'm like, yes.
Yeah, y'all real ready. Okay. Okay. Watch out, 50. Watch out. Now,
watch out. Here I come.
I can't. Real quick. What are y'all plans? Anyone want to share any plans? What you got going on for your 50th?
I'm doing a mother-daughter vacation to yes. So we're gonna cruise. We're gonna do a cruise, and I'm just excited. 7 days, Mexican Riviera, loving it. So excited. Yes.
That's what 50 looks like. And Sherry, you got a convertible car coming. That's what 50 looks like.
Man. I custom made it back in March, and it was supposed to be here in July. And BMW does a whole experience when you make a vehicle. So I was hoping that was going to be my 50th birthday experience, but it's still not ready yet. So I don't know. I was planning on driving a convertible somewhere. And
that's right.
I just don't know. I'm going to let the Lord tell me what to do on my birthday.
That's all good, but listen.
That's about a trip.
Okay.
Come on, Sherry.
Okay. Listen, if y'all like me, I celebrate my birthday all month. So if it comes in the middle or the end of the month, it's still birthday as far as I'm concerned. So it's all good. But one of the things that I thought would be great for us to talk about, social media and looking at different things. And one of the seasons that just wrapped up not long ago was prom season. And so y'all remember when y'all went to the prom?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I mean, gosh. And listen, ladies, times have changed. I mean, prom dresses, things ain't the same no more. Things ain't the same no more. I'm like, that's what we doing for prom. Okay. All right.
But I'm sure they about us when they looked at our stuff.
I know. That's true. So we're going to do a little throwback. So we've got some prom pictures we want to put up. Oh.
See, I was extra. I had the orange shoes, dress, lipstick, fingernails.
I see you. Now, okay. Now, who was this, Sherry?
That's my sister in the picture with me. My mom talked me into letting her go because she let us drive her car.
Oh.
Yeah, and my date was my best friend. He passed away. He was shot. Roy Barnes. He was shot a couple of years ago. He was my best friend. My boyfriend and I got into an argument 3 weeks before prom. So my boyfriend was like, I'm not taking you to prom. And I was like, okay, whatever. I had my dress and everything. And my best friend doing what best friends do. He was like, I got you.
I know that's right, best friend. I know that's right. Rest in peace. Much love to him. Okay. And y'all couldn't tell me nothing. Look, I was ready. Let me tell y'all something. I designed that dress.
Okay, girl.
I was ready. I had them long nails.
I love the hair.
Yes.
I love the hair, girl.
I'm just saying. I had my corsage. I was ready. I mean, corsage. That's right. Oh, okay.
That is my sweetheart that I am married to. I can't believe that's been 23, 24 years ago.
Oh, much love. That's awesome.
But he was late, y'all. He was late picking me up for the prom. But he made up for it.
Okay.
You need to be on time. But he was very sweet. He took me out to eat, and he took me to this beautiful water park in Greenville, downtown. So if you ever go to Greenville, South Carolina, go downtown. They have beautiful waterfalls, and the moonlight was out, and he turned on some music, and we danced.
I love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, nothing like prom. Nothing like prom season. And so anyway, I was, looking at these pictures on social media. I've got cousins now. Much love to Madison, who's went to prom. My beloved Raina, who's gone to prom. I was just looking at all of these girls growing up, and I'm like, man, I remember the day. But not only, ladies, have we wrapped up prom season, but we also just recently celebrated Father's Day. And here on the LoveSeat Podcast, we absolutely want to show some love to some amazing fathers. And so we've got some pictures to celebrate some fathers. Oh, all right.
Yes.
Who would this be?
That is my husband, Raphael, and our daughter. She is amazing. She's 10, and she said that we had to move to Virginia for me to find her daddy. And those two are a hot mess. I can't even describe the love and the relationship that they have. I'm just so thankful to have married and met a man that has accepted and loved my daughter like his very own. And he just is amazing with her. She says that they look just alike. She said, and she can prove it because it's in their chin.
I know that's right. Oh, well, much love to your husband, Rose, as you celebrate him. What an awesome way to celebrate him as a father, and as an awesome father. Listen, this is my daddy. I'm a daddy's girl, been a daddy's girl all my life. And listen, my teeth may fall out, but I'll still be a daddy's girl, right? Let me not say that. I don't want my teeth to fall out, but y'all know what I'm saying. But this is Jerry O. Pittman, absolutely. And so had a chance to go home, and I had some great food and spent time with my dad. And he actually, in this picture, he had spoke that Sunday talking about the wisdom of fatherhood. He did an amazing job. So much love to my daddy. Amazing father. So happy to have spent time with him. Hey, okay. Who is this?
Well, I wanted to give honor to Mr. Hayes. Daddy Hayes is just an awesome dad. He raised my husband, and y'all know I love my husband to pieces.
Yes.
But Grandpa Hayes always spent time with his grandboys, which are my two boys right there. And then my husband, who's cheesing all the time. He is very hands-on. Y'all, he takes the kids to doctor's appointments.
Wow.
He comes to parent-teacher conference. He works out with my oldest son. So he's always very hands-on. I'm so proud of him.
Oh, much love. That's awesome. That is awesome. Love it, Andrea. Yes, there's some awesome dads. Listen, I could not let this one pass. So this is my brother, my oldest brother, Kendrick. And this is his grandson, my great nephew, Trusaw. And so he's already marked him to be, so we'll see how that goes. I don't know. But anyway, wanted to wish my brother definitely a happy Father's Day. Much love to him. Much love to his son, Amar. And so glad we have this new addition. Y'all, ain't he just adorable? Trusaw.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have this new addition to our family. So wanted to show some love to my brother Kendrick. Yes. Oh, y'all, this my boo. This my hubby. This is Jeff Beeman, Mr. Jeff Beeman. So I wanted to wish him a happy Father's Day. Wonderful husband, wonderful father, supportive, just always wanting to see the best in his daughter, Benet. Much love to her. And so just wanted to take a moment to wish my husband a happy Father's Day and thanking him for all that he has done to be a wonderful father to his daughter. So, yes, some amazing dads out here. I'm just saying. So we definitely had to show some love to our father, to celebrate fathers, since we just came out of celebrating Father's Day, and so wanted to do that. Ladies, I got a question for y'all. Okay, y'all ready? Y'all ready for the question?
Yeah.
So here's the question. I'm gonna read it because I don't want to mess it up. The question is, what is something your spouse or ex has said about you that you have heard multiple times, but it's hard for you to believe? So, you want to go first?
Yeah, and you know what? It was a hard reality, but it was something that I needed. When I was in my 20s and I was starting to date, and I was dating this guy who was, his mother was a preacher. So, of course, he was always tying stuff to scripture. And one day he told me, you have a lot of anger in you towards men. And I was like, no, I don't. And I didn't see what he was talking about. And of course, he really tried to make me see through scripture, where that anger was coming from. And he was like, it's because, you felt that your dad abandoned you and you're taking it out on me, and you've probably taken it out on other boyfriends. And he was my second boyfriend at that time. So I was like, I didn't want to believe that. But then my third boyfriend,
he said the same thing?
The same thing. And
wow.
Yeah. So of course, once you hear that, and he used a different approach. And even in his approach, I had to sit with it. And so it was hard to swallow because I didn't see it, because I was like, I'm not angry towards men. I just don't like men to try to treat me wrong. And he's like, but if you're thinking that men are going to treat you wrong, you coming into the relationship with the animosity. So how do you crack that? And you can't expect us to fix what your damage from your dad did to you. And I was like, I didn't see it. But then I heard it with my third boyfriend. I said, you know what? There's some truth in it. But it helped me, because what it did was it helped me first go to my father and have that real conversation with him about how that damaged, because I was a daddy's girl. And when my parents divorced, my father divorced all of us. And that was hard for me, because I spent the first 8 years of my life with my father there every day. And then I didn't see him, but I saw him in the summertime the next year. And then I didn't see him again for 4 years. And that's hard for somebody who was a daddy's girl. So I didn't even realize that I had made that transition into that anger towards men.
Wow, that's deep.
Very helpful. It was very helpful. And I appreciate it. And I love them to this day for being real enough and caring enough about me to say those things to me, to really make me put that mirror up to my face to listen to what they were saying. Because we were young,
Yeah.
In your 20s. And then you feel like you know everything about love in your 20s, but you don't.
Yeah, no, you really don't. But
man,
that's deep though, Sherry. Thank you for sharing that. And the fact that, the maturity of it is that, you said, hey, I recognize that, I do have to take some ownership in this, so because what I'm gonna tell y'all, I don't know if I took ownership or not, but that's good maturity. That's good maturity. Y'all know. Just saying. I don't know, but no, that's real maturity. But thank you, Sherry, for sharing that. That's good stuff. Rose, I think you had something you wanted to share about this conversation.
Gosh, I do. I actually have maybe a couple, but the one that I'm going to share is I've heard that I'm very stubborn. And I always say I just don't like to let things go. But when you hear that, multiple times, you have to actually do an inventory to really see, is that a true characteristic? What are you dealing with, and how does it affect the other person in the relationship? So I admittedly can be very, very stubborn, very okay, this is how I want it. And so I had to really take into account, when is that a good attribute, and when is it not a good attribute?
Yeah.
And who am I closing down, shutting off, and not letting in because of me being or appearing to be stubborn?
Yeah, I've heard that too about myself. Okay, that's good. You want to share? You want to share something else? Or you want to stop there?
I'll stop there. I'll stop there.
I can't with y'all. I could not.
I'll leave the rest for the counselor.
Hey.
Oh my God.
Gotta be careful, my husband watching.
I know that's right. Yeah, hubby watching. I know. Much love, hubby. Much love. Yeah, but two things. I'll say two things concerning this topic. I have heard that I am also stubborn, or just not flexible. Sometimes it's like my way or no way, or it's my way or my way. So but I believe I have worked on that, because I definitely have heard that, and I was like, ouch, okay, I need to take inventory of that. Now, this next thing I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm like, I don't know about this one, but my husband and I were doing coffee and chat, and y'all know coffee and chat is something that we do. It's a foundation, principle, pillar of our relationship when we were dating and our marriage. And so we were having coffee and chat one day, and this was recently, not too long ago. And so we were talking about several subject matters. And he said, one thing that I want to say is, I'm really glad and grateful how well you and my sister get along, because, both of you are bougie. And I was like, sir, first of all, what is bougie? How do you what is bougie? I was like, oh my gosh. But what is crazy is I have heard that I've heard that before in relationships, that I am bougie. And I'm like, so y'all help me understand what is bougie? Because I mean, if you embrace your femininity, you love to feel good, look good, you like nice things. Does that makes you bougie? Is that what it is?
I've been told that I was bougie. I like nice things. I expect to be treated well.
Yeah.
So if that's bougie, I'm gonna wear that label proudly.
That I'm bougie, that I'm ghetto and bougie.
I like expensive things. It was my daddy's fault.
You know what?
My father spoiled me before before I knew what diamonds and pearls and jewelry were, what the expense of that was. I already had it, and he told me, if a man could not treat you as well as I treat you, then he does not deserve you.
Yes.
And I held on to that, and so I have expectations, not only of my husband, but even just all relationships.
Yeah. But I was like, sometimes I take that as an offense, but I'm like, well, maybe it's not. And I called this sister. I said, do you know, your brother had the nerve to say during coffee and chat that he was so glad that we have this great relationship because we both are bougie. And you know what she said? She was like, "Oh, girl, that's a compliment. Don't even. That's thank you." But Rose, to your point, yeah, I'm blaming it on my daddy too, because, like you said, I mean, my dad was taking me to, 5-star restaurants, pulling out chairs and having me to dress up and showing me how a man should treat you. I like it. So I'm just like, well, okay, maybe, okay, well, it is what it is. But yeah, my husband said I was bougie. I said, okay, but I've heard that before, and I was like, okay, we're gonna talk about this on the LoveSeat Podcast because I need some help.
Well, he's with you, so that means it's a good thing.
Yeah. You know what, Andrew, you know what I just thought about? Okay, so you with me, so you got to have a little something in you too then, because
I'm the Bougetto squad.
Okay. He likes nice things too. Jeff Beeman. Okay. All right, I'm going to stop. I might get in, Rose, I might be in trouble. Moving on. Listen, if you are just joining us for the LoveSeat Podcast, we are so excited that you have joined us. As you can see, we have a good time. We talk about real stuff, but we do it from a seat and from the heart of love. And so we hope that you're feeling the love, because all of us have so much love to share and so much love to give on tonight. And so we're so glad that you joined in. But, it's time to move on with money with Sherry Monet. And so I can't wait to hear what Sherry Monet has for us. It's time to get more rich with Sherry Monet. Hey, Sherry, what you got for us tonight?
Okay, so in the first episode, first of all, I'm Sherry Monet of More Rich Land Enterprise, Inc. And what we do is we help professionals and businesses scale their wealth by creating a credit profile that helps them achieve their wealth goals. And today, what I'm going to be doing is continuing a conversation that I started in the very first podcast show, which was discussing doing business the Solomon way. And there are 3 key principles that I just kind of overviewed in the very, very first podcast show. And if you didn't watch it, go back and watch it. Very good information in there. And then this episode, what I'm going to do is break down the very first principle, which is consider what you ask for. So what Solomon did was, when he realized that he wanted to follow in his father's footsteps and create wealth, he needed to go to God for that guidance. And so what he asked for was wisdom and knowledge. And so the thing that's important about that was that he knew that he needed a foundation to create his own wealth. So as you're creating your wealth, you have to have the bricks, the bottom, right? Everything starts with either some foundation. And for him, it was wisdom and knowledge. So when he pondered what he was going to ask for, he considered how he was going to use what he asked for as tools to create his wealth. So his building blocks were wisdom and knowledge. And to me, what was key about that was because as a business owner, and even as a professional building your career, you need money in order to create something better, right? In anything that you do. So the key to me in understanding what Solomon was doing was understanding why he needed the wisdom and knowledge. Because if you're not wise, you will not spend money smartly. Mm-hmm. If you have no knowledge, you won't know what to do with the money when you get it. Mm-hmm. So he understood those 2 things had to be his foundation. And I loved how God responded to him. Mm-hmm. So in 1 Kings 3, 11, and 13, those were the verses where God answered him. And how he answered him just blew me away. And it really changed my perspective on money. In verse 11, God said, "Since you have asked for this instead of requesting long life or wealth for yourself or death for your enemies, but you have asked for discernment to administer justice." And to me, that scripture was super powerful in showing us how God expects us to use wisdom and knowledge. So God knew that Solomon was David's son. He was David's son that he got after a death of David's other child that he coveted. Mm-hmm. And God knew that Solomon already understood how to build wealth. He had David as an example. David was the richest king that ever lived. Mm-hmm. So he already had money. And he could have said, "I just want you to multiply my money." But he didn't ask God that. He said, "You know what? I want wisdom and knowledge because I want to go build my own wealth." And God respected, to me, that's what that verse said, was that God respected what Solomon asked for. So
that's good.
That is good. For us is to understand that when you consider what you ask God for, make sure your intentions behind the ask is to serve God, because that was the intention behind Solomon's ask. Because he knew that if he asked God for his wisdom and knowledge, he would be able to use what God was giving him to glorify God. And that's why God respected the ask. So I feel like we have to if we truly want to live through the biblical word, we have to be willing to understand that the following the path of those mentors. Those are our forever mentors.
Mm-hmm.
David, Moses,
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah, Jacob, all of those men and women, Deborah, Ruth, Naomi, those are the people that are our forever mentors. And they teach us how to use biblical principles in everything in our life. And of course, if you don't got money, what kind of life do you have? Money's a tool. We have to see money as a tool because Solomon did. And God promised him in Kings 3:13 that he was going to create a wealth that nobody else was going to match. And to this day, nobody has ever built a financial kingdom the way Solomon has.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the key takeaway for our listeners and even for us is that we have to use the Bible and all of its wisdom and knowledge in everything we do. And finance has to be key to that because money is a tool for building.
Mm-hmm.
In order for us to live the life that God intends for us to live, we have to see money as a tool. I invested in stock options specifically for that reason. Because being a stock options trader, every day I get to print money. Every day. Every day I get to decide what I want my finances to look like. And it doesn't matter whether we're in a recession, no matter what is going on in the world. As a trader, I get to define my wealth every single day.
Mm-hmm.
And I would challenge everyone with this walk away with this information to ask yourself, what are you going to do for yourself and your family to use money as a tool to be recession? That's all I got.
That's good, man.
Woo!
Listen, y'all listen, I be taking notes, Dad. Y'all be showing up with some good stuff. That was good, Sherry. And you know, one of the things that I really took from what you said was money is a tool for building, which was powerful. And that to really consider what you asked for, because what he asked for was really had a much longer shelf life than money itself.
The money.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
But it was the tool to help continue to build, you know, as a building for the money and for the riches and all the things that he had. But what he really asked for had a much longer shelf life than the money itself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But would give him what he needed to continue to prosper.
Yeah.
Girl, that's good.
Yeah. That's good.
The world of wisdom.
Yeah. So listeners, you know, be sure to really consider what you ask for and really be clear that money is a tool for building. Rose, Andrew, did y'all want to add anything to that?
I have one thing. So it just popped in my head when we go and ask God for something, we need to make sure that we come expectant and believing and having faith that God is going to answer those prayers.
Yeah.
And to dream one bigger than the dream that you're thinking of. Go beyond that to see what God can really place in your life.
Yeah, girl, that's good. Because I feel like I am right there, exactly what you and Sherry are talking about. I am literally sitting right there in that seat right now. Literally. That's good stuff. Yeah. Rose, did you have something?
Yeah. You know, what I really love is in the acts of the wisdom is just understanding that God giving him wisdom allowed him to continue to build and build and build. And like you said, Brenda, it just doesn't have a shelf life. Mm-hmm. Once you gain the knowledge, you can always make more money. Mm-hmm. You can always rebuild, even if you lose everything. When I say everything, you know, your house, car, job, if you have gained wisdom to understand what happened when you lost it, but also enough wisdom to understand that you can rebuild, you can always make that money again.
Yeah.
But without wisdom, without insight, without knowledge, the loss is much greater. So I just love that you know, in reading the book of Solomon and understanding how critical wisdom is.
Yeah.
And we perish for a lack of knowledge.
Yes, that's the word, ma'am. That's the word. That's the word. Absolutely.
Yes.
And what is wonderful, and we got to move on, but what I also love is that what he asked for, which was wisdom and knowledge, but what he asked for really was what gave him the knowledge and understanding to be able to make even greater maybe even make decisions or not make decisions, because he had that wisdom and that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So what he asked for equipped him to not waste what he had.
Yeah.
Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
And you think about when God responded to him, because God said, not only am I going to give you what you asked me for, but I'm going to give you the riches and I'm going to give you honor. So he went above and beyond in what he gave Solomon just because of that principle, what you just said. I just thank God.
At that point, he could trust Solomon with all of that.
Yeah.
Because his desire wasn't for what was just temporal, but his desire was for building, for legacy, for more than his natural eye.
Yeah.
I mean,
so when Queen Sheba came and was like, sir, this right here,
man,
from what I heard, don't have nothing on what I've heard about. Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
What she said.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to move on. But
ma'am,
we're going to have us Mo Rich with Sherry Monet. Consider what you ask for. Please consider what you ask for, and make sure money is the tool for building. Love it. Much love, Sherry. That was great information. Thank you so much for sharing that, and always being prepared and ready to show love financially so that we can be successful and prosperous with the resources that God has given us. And so now we're moving on. But Rose, I believe that you've got something you would like to share. There's an upcoming event. And it's real special.
It is very, very special. Ladies, it is time to pack that baggage with an emotional detox workshop. It is hosted by the Women with Vision, and our very own host, Corinda Dion, will be speaking. And you do not want to miss this event, July 16th. It is a virtual event, so you don't even have to worry about driving. Matter of fact, they're going to provide you with an ebook as well as a gas card.
I'm just saying.
So ladies, you don't want to miss this opportunity. It is virtual, so you want to make sure you go online and register and be there. I know I will be there, and I have some that will be there. So get your tickets. The registration is only $20, and an emotional detox is better than a physical detox and drinking tea.
Ma'am, you better preach. I'm just saying. I get excited. Thank you, Rose. Ladies, listen, she dropped the mic. Register. Go to CorindaDion.com. There is a link there to register. Go to Women with Vision. There's a link there to register. You don't want to miss it. Again, there will be a winner of a gas card, and everyone who registers will receive Charlene Sparks' ebook, Step Up, Step Out, and Reclaim. So good stuff. All right. So ladies, real quick, we got our Love It or Leave It segment. And so this is something that, I always enjoy when we have a moment to do this. So we pick a topic. If you're joining in for the first time, the Love It or Leave It segment is like the bomb. I don't even know if people say that anymore. Y'all can tell I'm thinking myself. It is the bomb. Okay. And so it is a time where we talk about a topic and we, if we love it, we put our hearts up. And if we don't, we keep our hearts down. So y'all ready for this topic? The topic is natural is better, or do you prefer makeup? So if you feel natural, ladies, is the better way, then you need to put your heart up. Okay, can I put a half heart? Can I?
I'm right there. I'm half to. I'm right there.
I mean, can I put a half? I mean, can I have that? I mean, All right. So real quick, Sherry, why do you feel natural is better? You put your heart up.
First of all, because your natural skin is packed with all of the nutrients to keep your skin healthy.
Yeah.
Makeup is full of chemicals. People age faster when they wear makeup on a more consistent basis because it breaks down the collagen and the natural elasticity chemical factors in your skin cells. So that's the thing. I mean, I've always been, even when I was young, when girls were into makeup when I was in high school, I never wore makeup. Like I literally, and even to this day, I only wear makeup if I'm like going to a like really fancy something that I have to dress up for real. That's the only time I wear makeup.
Okay.
And
so you keep it natural every day.
All my life. Like I throw some lipstick on, but even that I make my own lip gloss out of all natural ingredients. But even as a young kid, I never was into makeup. Never.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Now, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all why I put a half heart up. So for me, growing up, like literally, y'all, my mom, I would see her get dressed every morning, and makeup was like a part of her routine. Like she had her jewelry, she had her matching suit going to work, her shoes, and honey, she had that. She used to wear this fashion fair Plum Perfection.
My mama
too. Plum Perfection, fashion fair. Why did y'all go out of Plum Perfection? My mama is real upset with y'all. I need y'all to fix that. But for me, I saw that and I don't know. I was just like, oh my gosh. And so I couldn't wait until I could wear makeup. And it kind of just grew with me. Now, I'll say this. There was a time when I would not leave the house if I didn't have makeup on. I mean, I could just be going to get gas and I'd be like, I got to put on makeup. I'm not like that anymore. Now I do have more natural moments, but I don't go natural every day. I have to tell you, Sherry, I don't go natural every day. But real quick, Andrea, did you want to say something?
It depends on what type of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
So if I'm going somewhere and I want to look cute, I'll put on some makeup. But I'm married to a person that does not care for the makeup. He's like, I want to see you, not the fake you.
Yeah.
The straight hair.
Yeah.
Like, not sure about that. He wants the curly, natural braids, locks. He wants me. And so we used to argue about that a lot when we first got married, but
that's cool.
I got used to it.
Now, I will say, y'all, I have been wearing my natural hair. Now, y'all, for y'all, those of you who know me, I would love my weaves and my wigs. My husband is not a fan, but I was like, man, we've dated for a year and he's never seen my natural hair. Okay. Master hairstylist was like, Corinda, please let the man see your natural hair because you do have hair. So y'all, when he did see my natural hair, it was a wrap.
Oh yeah.
So I am wearing my natural hair more. But Rose, do you feel like men, does your husband prefer you more natural makeup or does it matter to him? Real quick, what do you want to say about it?
Definitely natural. He said, I was trying to find a makeup artist when we were getting married. He said, oh no, I just don't want to look up and there's somebody else walking down that aisle. He said, no. He said no. The whole time we dated, it was really just, he wanted just natural.
He wanted natural.
And so I wear makeup, on occasion. Like I have it on the day, but for the most part, I'm very, very natural. Yeah. I'm more of a nail person. I like to get my nails done. But outside of that, I do find, and I agree with Sherry, now that I have gone more natural with my skincare and not wearing makeup every day, I feel that it has helped me not to look 50.
Okay, that's right, because y'all looking real good.
I'm just saying. So, but I do prefer natural.
Sherry broke it down. I said, Lord, Sherry gonna have me throwing out all my stuff. Talking about the chemicals and
what?
On Sherry. But look, we're moving on. We're moving on. My producer's already time frames up in here. So we're moving on. But we have so much fun on the LoveSeat Podcast. But before I bring Andrea up, I want to definitely speak of her upcoming, she has an upcoming conference that she's going to be a part of. And so definitely want to speak about that. It will be on July 30th. Yes, thank you, Ron. Maximize Life, July 30th. So please, if you are available, definitely support this event. It will be a virtual conference, and she is one of the speakers. And on the LoveSeat Podcast, she talks all about marriage and motherhood, and I can't wait to hear. So, Andrea, what you got for us tonight?
All right, so tonight I'm going to talk about dating and loving your man. For my single ladies, please make sure that you set a standard or bar. Go on 5 to 6 dates with a guy before you decide to be in a real relationship with that person. Also, set boundaries. If you're doing it the Christian way, kind of not let that person come over at night. As my pastor said, don't let them come past the mailbox.
Okay.
But as far as your marriage,
Let me drink.
Go on dates, smile at your husband when he comes home, ask about his work day, pack his lunch to show that you love him. And, follow his advice. If you get some good advice, follow it. Show that you're paying attention. But also have sex. And I want to stay on this topic because it's so funny that single people, they have no problem with having sex. And then we get married and we have a problem.
Girl, you better preach tonight.
So we need to make sure that we're having sex on the regular. I was watching Dr. Oz one time and he said 3 times a week is showing a real healthy marriage. Now that's some work. That's a goal. But hey, put it in action. And then I got this one from my pastor. He said, put in your quickies.
Okay.
Have your home cooked meals. And also plan a slow cooked meal, ladies.
Ooh. Girl, you better bring it on the left.
So it's okay to have some fun, Mary.
Yes.
Let's plan.
Girl, you better bring it on the left seat now.
Yes.
I love that because we need to talk about that more. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, why do we not talk about sex and intimacy more when it comes to marriage, or even as if you're preparing for marriage? I mean, we should have more conversations about that. And you girl, you broke it down tonight. You brought it all the way in. She said 3 times a week is a healthy standard.
Monday, Thursday, Friday.
Hey, I can't say that's why my husband has a smile on his face. I don't every week, but I try.
I know that's right. Love it up. Absolutely. God created it. And I'm just saying. Have fun. Yeah, y'all. Anybody else have something to comment on this great topic?
I agree. I definitely agree. I think sex for some reason seems like it's a untouchable topic in Christian circles, as even in marriage conversations. And I feel like it's extremely important for people to be educated, even when dating. Like to tell somebody just don't have sex. That is it's like saying don't eat a slice of pizza. Why? Why? And what do you do instead of that? Like, how do you build the relationship outside of that? Because I'm celibate and it's very hard for me to date because of it. Because men are just like, no, like, ugh.
Yeah.
I'm just like, well, it is what it is. So it's going to be what it's going to be. And the person that understands that, probably going to be the person I'm going to marry, because it's a lot to swallow at any stage of a relationship. But I feel like because people aren't talking about sex, the fact that you're saying I'm not having it unless I'm married, it's like, well, then I don't even want to talk to you. Okay. Well, then you don't have those conversations, and then you don't get to know people. You can't date because they're just like, well, if sex is not an option for me, I don't even want to date you.
Wow.
I feel like if people were more educated on the importance of sex in the dating process, it wouldn't matter so much.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And for the record, my husband and I, we were celibate until we got married. And I'm gonna tell y'all, that was I haven't always so I'm gonna just leave it there. All right. So, But we were able to gain intimacy in so many other ways, and it made a difference. It really did make a difference. But Andrew, even though we got to move on, what you said in the beginning was powerful, because you said, okay, now that you're married, don't act like now you can't have intimacy and sex with your spouse. Like, no, you need to keep that going. It is very, very important. It is very important. And so, yeah, that's, girl, you brought it. Rose, you got something for me? Because you next. You up next. You got
say they say that most marriages end in divorce because of the lack of money or communication of money and the lack of sex.
The lack of sex. Yeah, absolutely.
So, and just think if you have both gone awry, so no money in the bank and no sex.
And no sex, ma'am.
It's gonna drive that man crazy. Girl, it's just gone.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on. Thank you, Andrea. Always talking about marriage and motherhood. Girl, you brought it tonight. Love the topic. And listen, you are always welcome to share more about that, because we need to talk more about that. But before we bring Rose up, it's Triple R time with Rose, who talks about Rose, of course, religion and relationships. I do want to share, there is a conference coming up in October. I will be one of the guest speakers, and it will be held in Virginia. It is the She Rises Women's Summit. So please get in contact with me. The event is also posted on Eventbrite. So be sure to set your calendars for October the 8th, the She Rises Women's Summit. It is going to be wonderful. Awesome speakers are lined up and ready to push and catapult women to the next level of their living and destiny. So great stuff. Rose, it's Triple R time. What you got for us tonight, ma'am?
Well, I got a little bit of encouragement for our ladies.
Okay.
I think this is so important, because many times as ladies and women, we go through things and situations and we feel discouraged. We feel like things just aren't going right. And I had a good friend I was talking to, and I guess I got on a hamster wheel with a circumstance or a situation, and she just yelled out to me. She said, "Girl, don't be discouraged."
Wow.
What? I mean, she's that kind of friend to just call it out. And I said, wow.
Yeah.
I said, because how does living in or coming to a place of discouragement affect relationships? And it affects your relationship with Christ as well. What does that really say? And as I started to really think about it, pray about it, falling into the realm of discouragement, it is actually a choice. We fall into that, and we make the choice to stay there. We're all going to face disappointments, because life will never go the way we want it to. There's always something that's going to come up, and that's going to happen. People fail us, friends, family let us down. Jobs are not secure. Gas prices aren't stable. Everything. There's so many things that we could be discouraged and disappointed about. Our plans, our goals, the relationships we thought were going to go this way, but they went a different way. But we choose to whether we're going to stay in that place or whether we're going to move past it. So how do we how do you look at discouragement, and how do you handle it? You think about it as this is a choice. I'm going to choose to move past it and find ways to encourage myself. God also speaks about his purpose and his plan for us in Jeremiah 29:11. He says, with perfect words, that he has a perfect plan for us, a plan to prosper us. So if his plan is to prosper us and not to harm us, then it doesn't matter what's happening around us in the world. It doesn't matter whether our plans aren't successful or not, because his will be successful. Yeah. So when we look at that and think about the choice we make to whether we're going to move past the discouragement or stay in there, we have to really remember that verse in Jeremiah 29:11, that his plan is greater, and it's a perfect plan for us. The other thing about looking at discouragement and thinking about encouraging yourself is to not look in the rear view mirror. Now
Mm.
to focus on the past.
Mm-hmm.
Once it happens, you got to keep on moving. And I remember my driver's ed teacher telling me, once you look in the rearview mirror and you see it's clear, you make your lane change. Because if you
That's
keep looking back,
good.
you never change lanes
Mm-hmm.
or you're going to wreck. And so when you consistently look back at the past and you dwell on it, that increases the chance of you staying in that place of discouragement and not moving ahead. So when you're looking at and thinking about moving forward and not staying in the rearview mirror, think about Proverbs 35:6. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart and not to lean into our own understanding,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because we're never going to be able to figure it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when God has a plan for us and a purpose, his will always supersede our will. No matter how we try and change it and fix it, his plan is always perfect for us. And when we're thinking about being in his will and understanding that he has a greater plan for us, it's so much easier to start looking ahead and being
Yeah.
excited and encouraged by what he has for us. Just think about that. His plan is perfect. His will is perfect for us in our life. And so
Yeah.
we don't have to hold on to the steering wheel looking back, thinking about what happened in the past and all the disappointments of that came about throughout our life. There are people who hold on to things all through their life, you know, and go into adulthood, living in the people who disappointed them and being discouraged and doubtful. So we want to move ahead by looking ahead. The other one is let it go. I'm not going to bust out, that little song, let it go, but we got to let it go. There are just some things that we have no control over.
Yeah.
Stubborn little me, I have to realize that and think about that. When I was talking with my friend, I had to realize there's some things I'm trying to control here, and I just need to let it go.
Mm-hmm.
So letting it go. God has a unique plan for us, and it's just for us. So we have to let go of discouragement and disappointment so God can really work that plan for us. Can't work it if we're still holding on to the past and not letting it go. God knows what, when, where, how, and what he's doing. He knows the place. He knows the time. He knows the destination. He knows where we belong and where we should be. And if we live with that and think about that in letting go and letting God, we can let go of the discouragement. The last thing is just be encouraged.
Mm-hmm.
For our present suffering is only for future glory.
Girl, yes.
And Romans 8:18 tells us, Paul says that he considered that his present suffering and hardship and discouragement was worthy of the glory that was going to be revealed in him and revealed in us. So our future glory is going to be revealed through the suffering and the challenges and the disappointments that we go through today. And that's a promise that we have a future glory. I just want to leave with this. Take inventory. And when you're feeling discouraged, you're feeling disappointed, you're feeling let down, just take inventory of everything. And you're going to find one thing. You can find one thing that you can be encouraged about. And sometimes reaching out to a friend and letting them help to encourage you. You know, it's like that friend that's going to shout out over the phone like she did with me.
Say what we said, just like how she said it.
Girl, don't be discouraged.
Girl, that's it right there. That's it right there. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Rose, triple R time. Listen, I love y'all. When I tell you, dang, this was good. Rose, that was a great segment to just encourage women. When we come back for our next show, July, listeners, please mark your calendars. July 18th, 7 p.m. will be our next show. Rose, let's definitely talk more about that because I think a lot just needs to sink in. You said some great things, taking inventory. It's the choice to stay in that place and not to look in the rearview mirror. But I know we can definitely use some more time to discuss so many tips that you gave us tonight. So thank you so much for that. Triple R time for the Rose. And Sherry, listen, let all of our listeners know really quick if they want to advertise with us, that what they can do, how they can make that happen.
Yeah, so basically what you just need to do is just email admin@corindadion.com to grow your business with us. You can also reach out if you want to run an ad during our podcast as well. You can go to @Corinda on IG and Facebook.
That's it. Thank you. Yes, advertise with us. We're looking forward to having Loretta Davis come and share. We're hoping to have her for our July 18th show to talk about her new book. So that will be a great, great conversation. We are out of time. Sherry, what's your love tip real quick? What do you want to, what's your love tip for tonight?
Real quick. I'm not going to go all into it, but my love tip is love beyond the pain. People hurt you. I had a family member take bribe money from a man that put a gun with a silencer to my head, and I had to allow the Lord to show me how, because the Lord said you have to forgive everybody, even the man that put the gun to your head. And I was like, no, I don't think so. Yeah. But he showed me through the forgiveness journey of how we forgive people, because when people commit when they commit an offense against us, they also committed the offense against him.
Absolutely.
So if he can forgive them, who are we not to? So no matter how much pain someone brings into your life, no matter what that,
love beyond your pain.
I don't know beyond it.
Because yes. That's good stuff. Love beyond the pain. That is your love tip, listeners. Listen, I don't know how many times you put your hearts up tonight. I put my heart up so much, I can't even keep count. Our co-hosts, we didn't put our hearts up so much, they can't keep count. I hope that you felt the love. We are out of time, but we are never out of love. And so be sure to join us for our next show. Our next show will be our season finale of season 1 of the LoveSeat Podcast. So you don't want to miss it. It will be Monday, July 18th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank our producer, Ron, for holding us down, always showing him love. And also want to thank my co-hosts, Sherry Monet, Andrea Hayes, Rose Sacante, and Coach Pam, definitely showing you all much love. Be sure to follow us on social media. Once again, I am your host and your girl, Corinda Dion. And just remember that we love you, but God loves you more. And until next time, love yourself fully, freely, and unconditionally.